Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna go through my account on Reverse 1999 and account tour. I play quite a few gacha games and Reverse 1999 is one of them. I also play Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. I should already have an account tour of Honkai Star Rail and I'll probably get to Zenless Zone Zero. Eventually, I figured I would kind of kickstart my channel with a Reverse 1999 account tour as well. Because I know a lot of people out there that actually enjoy Reverse 1999, people that watch me play it and sometimes talk about it. I really love the story of Reverse 1999. Oh my god, why is that so hard to say? I've always been so hooked on the story, and it's just a really cool concept, like the time traveling story that they have. And I just wanted to preface and say that I mostly play the game for the story. I do kind of roll a little bit for like the strong characters, but for the most part, I pretty much only roll for the things that I like the most, whether it be aesthetics or vibes or whatever, gameplay. I am a semi-casual player, like yes, I'll dabble into the endgame content, but for the most part, I'm sticking to the story and I'm not too bummed out if I like can't clear the endgame stuff. It is what it is to me. It's whatever. So just wanted to preface and say that, like, yeah, I don't have like the most meta characters. It's all purely vibes. Okay, I'm just rolling for pure vibes. So let's start off with my first character, which is Getian. Getian, as you can see, I have him maxed out because I love him so much. Probably my most favorite character. He's such a good boy. Loved his story, and I love that he's Chinese. And I just love everything about him. His voice, his Chinese, his gameplay is really cool. And he's gonna get a Euphoria really soon, which I'm so excited. For those that don't know, Euphoria in this game is when the developers give certain characters Euphoria, which pretty much gives them new abilities or new kits to make them stronger, essentially a buff. And they generally give it to people, to the characters that are kind of outdated or not as strong. And Getian is gonna get one really soon, which will bump his strength a lot more. So I'm very excited for that. So the story about him being getting maxed out on his portraits, as you can see, is that I actually got Getian's two Getians, two Getians, two Getian. Like double, double, double. It was so crazy. The first time when it came out, I only got two Getians. I believe I rolled around like, probably like 40, 50, I'm not too sure. Got him, and then I got another Getian in like another 10 or 20 pull soon after. So I kind of consider that as like a double moment. And I was happy with that Getian. And then he went away, but he had a rerun just before the Assassin's Creed event with Ezio. And so, although I was planning on rolling for Ezio, I was like, you know what, Getian's here and I love my boy Getian. I just have to max him out. And the crazy thing is, again, I got double double. Like, so crazy. Probably like a 30-40 roll, not too sure. And then within that like last 10 pull, I had Getian's nearly back to back. It was like Getian, one pity, another Getian together. And then after that, it was like probably around like 30 or 40 rolls again. Got a Getian and then another 10 pull Getian again. So double, double, double to max him out for 6 Getians. And that's like so crazy to me. I really truly think that when you love a character enough, and when I say love, you have to love everything about them. You have to love their voice, you have to love their abilities, you have to love their story, you have to love the vibes, their aesthetics, everything about them. When you love a character that much, I feel like the gacha gods bless you. They did that for me in Honkai Star Rail, and they did it with me in Reverse 1999, so I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And I did not lose one 50-50 at all with Getian. Not one single 50-50 loss, so I don't know, I'm just saying, like, if you love a character enough, the gacha gods will give it to you. So that's my Getian. Love him. So my next character is Anjo Nala, and I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of like here or there with her. Like, she is very aesthetically pleasing, she's really cool. And I did enjoy her story, and her abilities are cool, but I was like, whatever, roll or not roll, whether I have her, like, I don't mind. The thing that really pushed me to roll for her was because, like, on those tier lists, they pretty much were saying that she's like a very flexible character and she's very strong, like very up there on the tier list. So like, I guess she's like a future-proof character where she'll fit in most team comps and she's strong. So why not? Why not just have her in your account? Can't really hurt. So I got her, and sometimes I use her. I don't really know if I really have like a proper team comp for her, because I believe she kind of wants characters that can ult spam. I'm not too sure. Um, but yeah, she's someone that I kind of just put in randomly with any team comp that I have. But yeah, she's really cool. Her story, I must say, I'm a little confused because her character has gone, like, her personality has been a little bit interesting where it's kind of evolved in some of the stories. Like, the first time we ever saw Anjanala was when she was in a story with Jay, and she kind of came out as this like demon succubus that was spawned from a device, and she really wanted to like kill people. She really wanted to drink people's bloods and just like cause havoc and chaos. Like, she really loved that violence. But then the next story, when we saw her, like, I think in chapter 8 or something, she was like this very like kind of innocent character that was only the demon and monster that she was because of people kind of like torturing her, and her environment, the people around her just like forcing her to do things because that device that she was born from is what controls her and she can't disobey. Which is a sad thing, sad story. I love her character arc, like that she got to like finally break free and find people that cares for her and loves her. But I just found that a bit interesting, like her character. Like, she at the start was like so like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill everything. Like, I wanna drink your blood or whatever. Like, give me that blood. So it was just a little like interesting to see that vibe, because yeah, she in the chapter 8 or whatever, she was like, oh my god, I never wanted this, like, stop it, please don't force me to do all of this stuff. But yeah, in the first time she just felt like she wanted to do it by herself all the time. So if anyone can clarify that story arc for me, like her character development, like, that'd be great. I've always been a bit confused about Anjanala, but she looks really pretty and she's cool, her abilities, and she's very flexible in whatever team comp she can mix and match with, apparently. So that's great. Oh, and she's a singer. I did like her singing. So this is Tuesday, and she is pretty much the poison driver, the support character that like really made poison a thing, because I believe poison was kind of like power crap and not that strong, even though I love poison. So I did own some poison characters and I knew I had to get Tuesday. Like, she is my girl. I love damage over time. Anyone that anyone that has like kind of watched me for my other games knows that poison is one of those things that I just love in a game. It's just so satisfying to see people, like enemies, die from a tick 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 type of damage source, and I love that Reverse 99 has that mechanic. And so I just had to get Tuesday, and she's like a very cool, like, spooky vibe. Her story was quite interesting. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Like, she loved the voice, loved the aesthetic. As you can see, she's quite pretty. The spooky vibes, really cool, and love poison. So can't really say much more about that. So this is my other boy that I really, really like. This is Jay. There's so much I like about him. I think, if anything, I like everything about him. Love his voice, love his vibes. He is quite attractive and handsome, as you can see. His abilities are really cool to me. Countering is another thing that I really love in games, or like being very tanky. So the thing about Jay is that he puts the shield on everyone on his team, and whenever that shield takes damage from like enemies hitting them, Jay will hit back and counter onto everyone. So it's just really, really cool. Like when if you had 4 characters on your team and all 4 of those shields get hit, Jay will then hit them back 4 times. All of the enemies will get hit. So he's just a really cool vibe. And I really love like the burn vibe because he's like a burn character. And I don't know, there's something about the burn archetype that like really kind of speaks to me as well. So I just love everything about him. If he does come out like on a rerun, I most likely will roll for him and try like get as many portraits I can for him. I really like him and I really like his story. It's really cool. So love my Jay. Oh, sorry. Just to get back on Jay, I just wanted to say that I like Jay so much to the point where I pretty much use him constantly. Even when if he's not considered the best character, because he's good, he's a good character, but he's not like considered the strongest or whatever according to like these tier lists or whatever. But like I said before, I play for the vibes and I play for like the characters that I enjoy. So I, for the most part, try to force Jay as much as possible. Even if it's not the best scenario for him, I just like using him. He's really cool. Yes, there are some other characters, other DPS characters that outperform him, but I don't care. I like my Jay and I like using him. So for the most part, I kind of force him whenever I can. So now, speaking of characters that out DPS him or outperform him, Jinanze is a character that really specializes in like follow-up attacks. And I really do like her. I like her story. She is Chinese. Love that because I am also Chinese. And she also got a Euphoria, as you can see down there, where she got stronger and got buffed. To be honest, I don't even know why she got it. Like, wasn't she already strong enough? I'm not too sure. But you know, I can't complain that she has her Euphoria as an even stronger character. And she's very aesthetically pleasing. You can see that she's very, very beautiful. Love the clothes. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I do use her, but I don't really have like a proper team comp for her. Like, I have some units to pair with her, but I don't actually think I have like a full-on like follow-up extra action type of team comp. So my Jinan Zi is like there, like not really supported by like other members that are like better suited for her. I kind of just like put her anywhere. So yeah, so I'll need to find like a team comp for her, but she's cool. I like her and someone that I enjoyed investing in. So yeah, and I like her story. She's cool. So Isolde is a character that I also really like, and I really like her story. Her story is that she, it's a pretty tragic story actually. I can't remember which area, was it Italy? Some area in Europe, I believe, where science has not really progressed that far. Like it's like a 1980s or some sort of time period, and she suffers from mental illness, but because science has not like progressed as far as like today, the doctors and scientists tries to cure her by torturing her or like putting her through like such terrible experiments, and that only really leads her to like go deeper and deeper into like a very bad place, and eventually she kind of sides with like the Manus Vindicta, which I kind of like the enemy. Um, She's really cool with her abilities. I love the burn vibes. She's like a burn support. So and she's also an opera singer, and in the story you'll see her like singing a lot, even when she's using her abilities. So she's a really cool character. I love her vibes, and she is very, very pretty. I love the colors. Really cool. And even more better is that she works with my J character, like the burning characters. They work really well with each other. And I actually pair Isolde, Jay, and Tuesday together because whenever they apply burn, Tuesday can then apply poison. So they kind of like a burn poison team comp, which is really cool. So love my Isolde. She's really cool, really pretty, and I enjoyed her story quite a lot. So yeah. So Kakania is another character that shared the same story arc as Isolde. Kakania is a psychiatrist that really wanted to help Isolde with her mental health and get her to a better place. Unfortunately, she could not do that, but she tried, which is, I guess, all that you can ask for. Her whole ability type of kit revolves around taking in the damage of her team, like soaking it up all for herself, and then sometimes healing her team, and then all that stored up damage she will unleash onto the enemy. So it's a really cool idea. And I wonder if the developers thought this far in with this idea of her being a psychiatrist and working in the mental health department in industry, because people who work in this line of work of like, you know, listening to people and giving them advice and etc etc, you would have to have like a whole well of emotional the words are like skipping me. I don't know what words I'm trying to say, but you would have to be able to soak in a lot, right? Like if you're hearing all these tragic stories of people, like you would have to be able to soak it all up, listen to them, process it without you yourself getting depressed or whatever. A big emotional well, if you will. And I wonder if they thought about that tying with her abilities, because her abilities is that like she soaks up the damage of her teammates. Like if an ally gets hurt, she takes the damage instead, and then heals them as well from time to time. So I wonder if they thought about that, because if so, that's really really cool. And then what I wonder if they also deliberately did is that she is of the mental damage type. So characters are separated by reality damage and mental damage, which I guess you could kind of think of as like physical and like magical. So she's of the mental damage type, and she's a psychiatrist, like, you know, mental stability, mental health, mental all of that. So I wonder if they deliberately did all of that, because if they did, that's a really cool thing. You know, who would have thought like a psychiatrist would be a tank for your team? I really like it. It's really cool, and I really like her aesthetic. She is lovely story and lovely character, and I love that she gives off this very professional look, but also very like elegant and pretty with all this like kind of lacing, if you will. And I just love this intricate part. Like it's very like, I guess, businessy, if you will, but like it's just so interesting, really pretty to me. I don't know. I really like this part, like with all the different different patterns and different fabrics. It's really cool. So, love Kakania. So Jessica, I believe, is either my first or second character I ever wrote for, because this was a time when I did join the game. I didn't join the game at the very beginning. I only joined Reverse 1999 a little bit later. After just hearing so many people talk about it, I was like, you know what, I will play it. I did see a lot of advertisement on it prior to the game release and a lot of hype of people talking about it, and I will say I was definitely interested and hooked on. I was like, oh, this time traveling story, I am very interested, I want to know. And as people kept on talking about it in my streams and like, hey, you should play, you should play, you should play, I was like, you know what? Yes, I will play. And so I finally did, and it was around the time of like this Jessica coming out, and I really like her vibes. She is a Poison character, and as we've established, I really really love Poison, and I will say she did get power crept. Like at the beginning, she was really strong, but then every time she got power crept, and not that strong after a while, and I didn't really use her for a while. Like I did bench her, and I still have her kind of benched. I don't really use her that much despite her euphoria, which is a bit of a shame. But I do like her vibe still. Like she's a very gorgeous character. She's actually probably one of the characters that I like the most in terms of like aesthetics and how pretty she is. There's something so beautiful about all this draping and elegance, and like the white, I guess, is for to symbolize her innocence, and I love the colors of the flowers and her being of like the nature vibes. Just very pretty, all these flowers, like look at that, gorgeous. So yeah, I really do like Jessica, and I'm glad that she got her euphoria. I guess I just need to find a better team for her. I mean, I do have Tuesday, but I don't really know who else to pair up with her, to be quite honest. But yeah, that is Jessica. So this is Tooth Fairy, and she was the character that I believe was my first character that I ever wrote, or second, and she shared the same story arc as Jessica. And I really love her vibes. As soon as I saw her, I was instantly in love with her. She was like my first love in Reverse 1999. Love her vibes. She has a very like straight to the point attitude, personality. She's not gonna mince her words. Like she's gonna say it how it is, and I just love that because that's very me. And I just love her voice. It's so soothing, but also a slight like spookiness to it. Like her aura is just so like eerie, and her vibes like she heals by like eating the fairies, and she helps people with their toothaches, and like she collects teeth in her jaw, and she does so by like making other people eat the fairies to like soothe the pain, which is very very creepy but really cool. um she unfortunately is kind of like outclassed, I believe. At first she was really strong, and I'm like, you know, very much carried me throughout all of the early game. But later down the line, I realized that she's not able to keep up with all of the harder endgame stuff. So I really do hope that one day she gets a Euphoria to update her and give her new abilities and skills. But for now, she's kind of benched, which is kind of a big shame, but I really do love her vibes, like my first love, and I don't know, I really love her aesthetic. She's just so cool. For some reason, she actually reminds me of like one high school friend in particular that I, you know, was kind of close to back in the day. So every time I see this character, Tooth Fairy, I kind of get reminded of my past friend. So yeah, love Tooth Fairy. Speaking of characters that kind of outclass the healers, Medicine Pocket was a character that got hurt their euphoria and became really strong because of it. They get to now heal people on their team as soon as their characters get hit. And they can do that twice in a round. And that just makes them better than Tooth Fairy. Like it's just like more constant healing. You don't have to activate it. You just automatically cast whenever your team takes damage. I actually did not roll for Medicine Pocket like actively. It was just like a 50-50 that I lost. In the moment, I actually was very bummed out, and I was like disappointed. I can't remember who I was actually rolling for, but I did remember being like, damn it, I don't actually want Medicine Pocket. How dare they give it to me? Like this is like, screw this game. But looking back on it, I do believe it was a blessing in disguise, because I actually did not know how much I was struggling in those endgame content and how hard they were and how many healers I lacked. Because like I said, I roll for characters that I like, and they just so happen to be a lot of damage dealers. And I never really had strong healers or shielders. And so I really needed a better one, and thankfully Medicine Pocket came to me on my account when after she got her Euphoria. So really a blessing in disguise that I have Medicine Pocket, and I'm glad that I have them. And I'm glad that they got the Euphoria, so love that. In terms of story, I have no idea. I don't really know too much about Medicine Pocket. Like I do know they were seen in like the main story, and I do remember seeing them. But from what I remember, I think they are trying to make the world better, and they experiment to. You know what? I think they were the one that created the umbrella, or like helped create the umbrella, like find discoveries of it to help with the storm, the rain, which is what causes all that like time traveling and etc. So yeah, love Medicine Pocket's abilities.
Don't think I haven't noticed you looking
So
for any amazing
Ezio is
wilderness.
from Assassin's Creed. Reverse
Most of the ghosts who
1999
seek
did
to
do a
find me
collab
are
with
looking for
them.
trouble.
I've never played
Glad you're
Assassin's
one of
Creed
the
before, ever.
exceptions.
Actually, I know
So,
of it, obviously,
buongiorno,
and I know people
signorina.
like it a lot. I could not escape it in high school. I think even primary school. Yeah, everyone was talking about it. But yeah, I've never played that game before. Ezio, I really like as a character in terms of like his abilities, because he has counter and he has poison, or he can build towards poison with his various weapons. He's like a very unique character where he has different weapons that can mix and match, and he can get different combinations and playstyles. And like I said, I really love my countering, and I really love my poison, so he's just like a really perfect character in terms of gameplay, and he is one of the strongest, if not, well, I don't know if he is the strongest, but he's very, very up there, like maybe top 3 DPS characters according to these tier lists. I'm just going off what they're saying. And I must say he does a lot of damage. I kind of get a little bit upset, honestly, that he outshines so many other DPS characters. Um, but you know, at least I like his gameplay and his playstyle, so thank goodness. I definitely could have maxed him out, but I rolled for my Getian, like I said. Um, Ezio, I actually got my first one on the guarantee because I rolled around like 70, and then I lost my 50-50 to a different character. I was very bummed out. And then I got the guarantee because after 100 rolls, you guarantee get Ezio, and you can get more guaranteed Ezios at like 70, 50 or whatever rolling, but I don't have enough rolling for that. And then I got my second Ezio on the, like, after like 30 more rolls or whatever. So I have 2 of him. I do like the story. The Assassin's Creed event is about to end quite soon, but I quite like the story, which is really nice, really cool. I don't know how. I mean, I doubt like the story of Assassin's Creed, the actual game, and this collab, like, would share too many stuff, but it's really nice to be able to like see at least a glimpse of Ezio, or like a version of Ezio, because I honestly did not know anything about Assassin's Creed other than just its name and what it looked like. So yeah, love Ezio, he's cool.
Action. You're in my scene.
So this was a girl
The
that
camera
I
is
lost my
rolling the
Ezio
moment you step
to,
into
my
my
50-50.
room. You would have
I really don't know anything
script
about
in your
her in
mind.
terms of her story. Like, she's a filmmaker, like that's all I know about her. But other than that, I never played that story arc that she was in. Her abilities is that she's a alt spamming AoE character that gets stronger when there are more debuffs on the enemy. I don't really have a team comp for her, to be quite honest, so still kind of working on that. I did build her because I just kind of like the vibe of her spamming, and I like that she's Chinese, and yeah, she's kind of fun, I must say, with the spamming. But yeah, I don't really have like a proper team comp for her, so I need to work towards that.
Maybe
Okay, Spathoidea is a
isn't quite
character
as
that
active against.
I must
It is a
say
bit
that
dangerous.
I really regret investing in. So she was, when I was building her, it was at the time when I didn't really care too much about like team comps, and I don't really still, but back then I really did not care. I just played whatever I wanted. I just for the vibes or whatever. So I was at the time building like a burn team with Jay, Isolde, and just like trying to make all these burn people work together. And I thought like, well, Spathadia is a burn character. Like surely she would fit in really well. And really, I just never really used her. And I don't know if she really fit in that well. So I really regret building her. And I really don't even care about her story or like her as a character. I never played through that Uluru Australian story arc that she is in. So I don't know anything about her like story-wise, and as a character I just don't really find her interesting. Like I'm not drawn to her. So yeah, I really regret building her. She's just there. So maybe I'll find a use for her one day, but for now she's benched.
Wow, another worshiper.
Speaking of another character that I regret building, this is probably the biggest regret for my account, which is Illy. She is also part of that same story arc with Spathadia of like Uluru, Australia, etc. And by the way, I am Australian, so honestly, I really should like watch that or like go through that story. Like, need to watch my Australian people. But yeah, I wanted like a burn team comp, and she's like a burn support, and I knew she was one of the worst characters. Like on this tier list and whatever, like she was rated at the bottom. I knew she was very bad, but I was like, surely I can make this character work and put her in the burn comp. And nope, I didn't make it work. I don't think she's very useful. And I really regret building her because, oh my god, building in reverse 1999 takes a long time. Like, unlike Honkai Star or whatever, I feel like in Honkai Star you can like kind of max things, look at things pretty far, like however long, like much shorter time period. But like in reverse 1999, like, oh my god, to max out a character takes so much farming. So Uli really took up a lot of resources and materials, and I want them back. I want them back. I mean, I like her vibes, I like her aesthetic, but other than that, like, she's not very strong. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
Oh, welcome.
So this is Samuel Weiss, and to be honest, I don't really know much about her lore-wise. She is in that like other game mode, like this other like end game mode, but I don't really play that, so I don't really know anything about her other than she's like a vampire. And her abilities are that she makes her team lower HP, and the lower HP her team has, the more stronger they are. And everyone got a free version of Samwise, and she's considered like a very strong, supportive damage dealer. So I was like, sure, I'll build her. I wasn't originally planning to build her. I kind of had her sitting there for a while until I was like, you know what? I kind of want to progress my like J team comp, and I think Samwise can fit in with J because when J is countering, he like loses health. So I was like, you know what? Let me pair them up together. So I finally built her. But other than like her abilities to help Jay, I don't really have much of a strong connection to Samuel Weiss. I'm just like, yeah, she's there. I'm like, I don't feel anything for her. So that's all I got to say for her.
No matter business or bonding.
This is New
you're always
Babel.
welcome.
She got a Euphoria, which made her stronger. And she was kind of like the same with my Medicine Pocket, where I did not aim to get her. I lost her for 50-50, and I got her after her Euphoria. So I was bummed out in the moment, but looking back, it's a blessing in disguise because she's very, very helpful. So she's very much like Medicine Pocket, but instead she shields her team every time the team takes damage or gets attacked. And she kind of works off with a lot of riposte or countering. So she pairs up really well with Jay, like to boost his damage. So, you know, again, blessing in disguise. And I really like her abilities. In terms of story, I don't really know anything about her, honestly. I don't even know if she's ever showed up in the story. Like, she's always just been a character like that's there, but I never knew anything about her. Like, I guess I like her pet, her, like, doggy, I guess. And I believe she's like a very rich person, like lore-wise. Like she's just a very rich person that owns everything and has all these pets. So I guess I like that part. But yeah, I don't really know much about her story.
Oh, welcome,
An Lee, I believe I got her very, very early on. Like I think she was like when you first start out, like you would have like your standard banner, and I believe she was like my first standard banner character. She did me well for the early game, but I definitely benched her later on. I'm only just beginning to like build her now because she got a Euphoria, so she's stronger now, and I have been starting to build her. She is Chinese, which I like, but I must say I really don't like her personality or like her vibes. There's just something really bothersome and like annoying to me about it, and her ultimate like annoys me the most because it takes so long. Like I'm almost certain her ultimate is like a very like the longer on the longer side of animations, and I don't know, they need to speed it up. She's a buffer, she's cool. I don't really find her kit like so fun or anything. Like yeah, she's decent. Like she buffs her team and she can apply some craft control, but other than that I'm like whatever, like she's there, hence why I bench her. In terms of story, not really like I don't really vibe with her story or anything, not that I even know much of her story. And in terms of like aesthetics, like yeah, like the Asian vibes, but it's kind of like whatever to me. So yeah, nothing much else to say about it.
Welcome to Typhon.
Sotheby was someone that I got again later down the line. I think it was a guarantee, like, because Reverse 99 is pretty generous with like them giving out characters at some point, and so Sotheby was a character that I picked up because I wanted a poison. I just really wanted that poison vibe. She had Euphoria. I was like, you know what, maybe she's strong, and I can fit really well with my J team comp for like a poison team. I use Miss Bevel now, but I picked up Sotheby still because I was like, you know what, I really like the poison vibes, and so I need to really flesh out my poison team comp. I'm hoping I could get like Willow or something, but I guess Ezio can go poison build and work with this anyways. But yeah, she's cool. She was actually in the Assassin's Creed storyline for a bit, and she's kind of like prominent within the main story as well. So she's cool, I guess. She's cute, and I like her poison vibes. So love that.
Привет, Miss Vertin.
Yenase have not built really. She's just there. Actually, let me see. Let me see. I think honestly that's where we are at with the characters on what I built. Yeah, as you can see, Sotheby is like the last one. Everything else is not really built, to be honest. So I mean, I could go through all of this, but none of these characters like really interest me enough to build them. So yeah, this is what I own. And I guess the end of my Reverse 1999 account tour. If you would like to see more of this gacha stuff, whether it be Reverse 1999, Honkai Star Rails, and the Sensei, or any other gacha games that I might play in the future, please follow this gacha channel. I do want to post some more of it. And also for those that haven't played Reverse 1999 yet, I highly recommend playing this game. I really do enjoy the story. I actually enjoy the story of this game more than the other gacha other gacha games. There's just something about like them touching on like the darker topics and going into like the gruesome parts of certain realities that I feel like other gacha games would hide away because they want to be like more PG, or they want to be more like, you know, lighthearted. So I really do like the story of Reverse 1999, and I just find it always so relaxing to play it. And it's I would say like less maintenance in terms of like how much input you do. Like you can like really just sit back and like watch, and it's really just giving like short novel. Sorry, not short. Like a visual novel. Yeah, visual novel. So if anyone's like really into that, I highly recommend playing Reverse $19.99. But anyways, with all that being said, and after all this account showcase, I really do hope that you enjoyed watching this video. And I do hope that you have a lovely rest of the day. Then yeah, thank you for watching. Bye guys!